Hello, in previous video we discussed how we can create totally new view template for your project and how you can set it up to fulfill your needs. In today's video we will talk how you can create your own sheet. As you can see here, I have already created very basic one, and now we're going walk through the whole process how you can create similar one or the one that you need for your project. By the way, recently we created a LinkedIn page. You can follow us and leave a message if you have any kind of questions. How to find us? You can use one of the links in the description of the channel. You can find them here. To create a new sheet, you need to go to family, create new family. Then you need to find proper template that you would like to use. In my case it's English metric. Then you go to under the title blocks, finding the size that you would like to use as a base. In my case, let it be A2, and as you can see, the default one was already generated based on A2 sheet. Now we can just customize it. So for example, here I would like to create a frame with simple lines. So first I will create the outer line of the frame. I will connect it to the initial ones, and then I will create the inner line of the frame. Now, next what you can do, you can add dimensions to the frame. And normalize them. So for example, in my case, I would like to keep those sides equal to 5 millimeters. And this side I will keep it equal to 20 millimeters. Actually, for those we shouldn't have created also separate attribute, so I will just delete it, because this should remain static for all the sizes that we would like to use. Because here, this is what we are going to do a little bit later, and what I'm going to show you, how you can even cover several page sizes with only one title block. So here I can lock it. So those dimensions, they will always remain the same. Now, to ensure that this title block can also be dynamic and responsive, what am I going to do? I'm going to add a few reference planes. This will be first reference plane, and this will be second reference plane. Then I just need to connect lines that I created before to those reference planes. And this is it. Now I can start to create dimensions from those reference planes towards the components that are going to be modified later, or in this case the lines that are going to be displaced with the value that we would like to. Then we will create another one, also using same reference, for example to this direction. So this one and this one. Yes, this is correct. So now I can call it height, and this I can call width. Yeah, keep it as a parameter of type. So every time when we change the type, those dimensions, they always also follow up. And now let's try to change it, for example, to 400 and 200. Yeah, as you can see, it was changed. So from this point of view, it works perfectly fine. The only thing, yeah, let's see how it goes. But what I would do here, I would add one extra parameter that will recalculate, actually two extra parameters. We'll call it underscore height and underscore width, which will be equal to width plus 5 and height plus 5. So then we can also cover the border. Oh wait, actually width, it should be 20. No, only 5, correct. Because here we're going to move this edge. And this one will remain static, as well as the rest of them. So, now we have adaptive frame. Again, I'm going to change it to 600 and 400, and it will change accordingly. Yeah, actually I need to do it not like that, but like this. So then we will have it accurate. Not plus, but minus. Because now when I'm going to indicate the width, it will be the total width of the sheet. But of course, in our case, it will be minus 5 millimeters. Because of this edge, and that we linked our dimensions towards the reference line. Yes, now when we're done with the main frame, we can set the thickness of the lines. So I will keep the inner frame with medium lines, outer frame with thick lines, wide lines. That's only the option we have here. And then, for example, we will start to create our title block. Yeah, let's imagine we will have something like that. I will keep it very simple, it's just like a sample. Here I can add one more line. Yeah, something like that. Again, this is just a sample. In your case, you can add as many of lines as you need, and also add as many attributes as you want. And now we will take care of the attributes. You can add attributes via labels. You can click on label, specify a location where you would like to add this label, and then here you can find the labels that you can select from. Here, as you can see, you have current revision, you have checked by, client name, all the kind of parameters that you currently have within your project. Also sheet name. So I will start from scale. Once label is inserted, you can also modify it. So here you can also add your own text styles. So for example, 5 millimeters. Then you can also change the height of the text. Yeah, actually I will change it to even less. And let it be 2.5. Yeah, as you can see immediately, it's a little bit too big for this field. Well, let's just increase it. Maybe it will be a little bit too much, but for now, again, it's just as a sample. Then let me add one more line. I don't know, somewhere here, for example. You can even copy this label. Then you can just edit it and replace this label, for example, with current revision. Here we used 5. So in case of current revision, I will just duplicate it and change it to 3 millimeters. It will be current revision. Then, for example, somewhere here, I'm going to place sheet name. I'm going to change it to also to 3 millimeters. Then let's say what I would like to do here, I would like to use combination of parameters. So it will be sheet name and the sheet number. How can you do that? It's very simple. You can just add another attribute here, and you can add the suffix. For example, in my case, it will be just dash. Click on apply. You can either add a break, so it will appear on the next line. But again, it depends on your preferences, what you would like to see here. Then, of course, we need to add here the title. Let's see if we will find it here. No, the title is not here. We can add it. Let's just create new one. Here you can add it only via the shared parameters. So I will keep it. Yes, we have it here already created in the shared parameters file. You can find it on our website and download the whole set of shared parameters that you see right now on your screen. And you can click on OK. It's just a text parameter. And we will keep it in the center of the screen. Of course, you can also use all kind of operators that you can find here. So you can change it also to center and vertical alignment to the middle. That means it will expand to all the directions. Yeah, you can add, you can use the same way and fill it in completely. In my case, because it's just a sample, I will not do that. what I will do, I will create another title block type. So you can have several sizes. To do that, you can go here and create a new type. We can call this type A2. Apply. Then we can create A3 and A4. Of course, A1 also and A2. No, A0 also. Here it's better to change it to type. So A0 will be then we will do the same for A1. Height is 595 and the width 841. Then A2 height 220 and the width 595. Then A3 height 297, 220 and A4 210 and 297. Now I can click on apply. As you can see, everything is adaptive in changing. Now what will be one of our last steps? I will adjust the width, so it will be medium line to match the outer line, and the inner lines, we will keep them. I will just change those to make them a little bit thicker. Let's keep it also medium lines, so at least it gives us some sort of separation. And let's leave it as it is. Now I can load it to my project. As you can see here, already something is not right. Because we did not lock all the lines that we have added. Sure, we also need to log them to protect from movement. This is what I'm going to do now. Of course, it will not allow me to do this dimension, but for this one, for sure, I can create it. And of course, the middle one. And let's make also for this one. So it will do not move anywhere. Correct? You can even replace this title block that I had here with the new one. Depending on where you had the center of the title block, it will be displaced. And now you can see that when it changes the parameters of your sheet, for example, I will call it piping layout, sheet number, I don't know, XX 101 XXX. As you can see, Here, what you need to ensure that you're covering the full width of the field. Otherwise, it will attempt to go to the second row. But you can always change it as I did. Oh. Of course. Sheet name. Yeah, let's call it just piping layout. Yeah, okay. And here, I don't know, plan at 000. And the moment when we add our plan view here, it's going to add the scale automatically depending on the view you just added here. And that's it for this video. This is how you can create your sheet template. You can reuse it across all the projects you've been working on. And thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.